Hello everybody. So here we're going to be looking at some headers and headers for Scrapy. So like I've done in a few recent videos, I'm actually showing similar concepts in Scrapy and in requests. For instance, if some of you don't already use Scrapy, then it could be interesting or comforting to know that Scrapy's not so different and they both use similar concepts. Headers are pretty much required if you're using requests or if you're using Scrapy. What I've done here actually is I've seen a recent video which prompted me to make this one. It was by Coderecode, and what he did was something which I'd been meaning to do for quite a while. And what he's done is he's made a function which basically it formats the header request from the browser that if you go and copy and paste. So you choose a website at random, go to like this, and then if you do select element, the usual, and then if you go to network and then form a reload. And then what we need to be doing if we're doing some web scraping is we need to get all of the headers, because that's what we want to do our scraper or our request script. What you can do is copy all of this out of here. There you go. There we go. So I'm using Firefox here. If I hold down copy, and I'm going to open up a new this one I did earlier, do a fresh one. Okay, paste that in, zoom in a bit for, and yeah, so we've got host, user agent. Sometimes you may need to actually put in more than just user agent, so you may want to put in accept language, for instance, accepting coding. And Scrapy handles the cookie side of things, but using requests to add in a cookie, host, etc. Have so which right, well, if we were going to put that into a scraper, we would write something and end up having to turn it into a dictionary. So what we would do is we would say headers equals open curly brace there, close curly brace there, building a dictionary as previously mentioned on dictionary-like objects which contains the request headers. Simply pass in a dict to the headers parameter. So we've got to use a dictionary. So keys and values, and we would then have to come in and do the quotes, and then we would have to put a comma, and all that would get quite repetitive and it makes your eyes go funny. And yeah, boring, isn't it? Do that. Who really wants to be wasting time doing that? So yeah, it occurred to me a couple of weeks ago to do this, and then having seen the video, this prompted me to actually go ahead and do it. I started off with his code, but I didn't fully understand the method behind it or the madness behind it. Not his madness, but just the general. Anyway, what I've done is I've written this. So let me just, I could kind of write it all from scratch and then you watch me typing it badly, but I don't see any point. We're all busy people, aren't we? So here we go. Coderecode, he used many more arguments definition, but I've kind of made it a bit more minimalist. Okay, why is minimalist such a long word? Right, So what we've got is a function, get headers, and we pass it s. S is a string. So string will be, we'll pass it as a doc string, so we'll do the triple quotes there and then green base there. So what I've done is keep with the d for dict, separate, step equals, step means separator, which is the colon. And so what we're going to do is we'll read for KV in split. So we're splitting the text at the new line. And then we're going to strip off any white space. Here, line 7, we start if separator is in the line. So if the line, that line contains a separator, which it should do, then the key will be, we'll split it, we'll split that line at the separator, and then obviously anything in that list with index 0, so it'll be anything to the left of the separator, becomes the key. So all these will become the key. And then if the key equals user agent, we need to do something a bit different because we actually need all of the value to the right of the separator. I'll demonstrate that in a minute. So this is the good code, this works. And then I'll go and break it and fix it at the end. So if it's not the user agent, so any of the other keys, then we're doing this, which, yeah, took a little bit of working out. But what we do is we look for where there's a separator, then we split it at the separator, and then we take everything to the right of the separator, but because everything to the right is actually separated, because it's split, we then have to join it back together again. And then finally, if we're making this header dictionary for Scrapy, then we don't want the cookie Scrapy handles for us. So then we just do continue, and finally we build the dictionary. So we say the dictionary, the key equals the value. So all of the keys, which are k here, equal the value, which will be either that or that. And then we return that entire dictionary. So our function is headers equals get headers h, and I've just created, I could have called that s actually. Probably makes it more, so that's the function definition s when we call the function. So print headers. So let me just I'll just comment that out and I'll run it, and what you can see is, so I've already copied and pasted all that in. I just got it from there, remember? And it's gone ahead and it's created a dictionary. So except, so it's added the quotes, put the colon back in, it's added a comma at the end of the line because it's built it as a dictionary, and yeah, user agent. So we've got Burret as well. Now that actually needs fixing. I think that's missing a colon. So all is not well. That back. We're working at the split operator. So we need to separator. That's taking everything both. Joining. Well, I wasn't expecting that. Just bear with me, I'm going to fix that. 1 second. And if you're looking at the clock in the bottom right hand corner, you'll see that I've actually fixed that in probably about a minute, which all it needed was an extra colon. Colon or colon? Double colon? What's it called? What is the symbol called? Semicolon, double colon. Semicolon, colon. I really should know this, I'm sorry. Colon. Yeah, not to be confused with part of the body. Right, okay, I think that's good. So now I'm just going to just uncomment these back out. Plan. And we've got response 200. Yeah, so refer is good. User agent is the other anomaly. The odd one out. And user agent looks good. Yeah, I think that's worked successfully. I'll post the code on GitHub, link in description as usual. Yeah, some credit due to Coderecode. If you don't follow his channel, then you may also like his channel if you like this one, or if you tolerate this one. No, joking aside, this is going to be a very useful bit of code because what it will do is it will save all of this nonsense with quotes, 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 quotes. Am I the only one who does this, or who has been doing this? I can't believe I'm the only one. It's just sometimes you end up thinking, oh, I won't bother. I'll just put in user agent and I'll leave all the other stuff out because I can't be bothered to do all the quotes and all the commas. And when you do that, and then you get the error 403, then it comes back to bite you, doesn't it? So what I'll do is post this code on GitHub. You can download it, play with it, improve it possibly. You see that bit there? That's just where I check if it's cookie and thing. So you'll see using this for Scrapy. So enough said, really. You're probably bored of this by now. It's a bit of a not a tongue twister. I don't know what the code equivalent is. Brain twister, maybe? I don't know. I think probably rather than copy this, just start writing it yourself line by line, or start with this and then just kind of from there down, just remove all that and then see if you can do it yourself. Start with that, and then you can kind of print each bit as you go through. So pick out K for keyword, and then assign it a value, and then obviously if you're then looking at referrer, the reason why you need to look at referrer differently is because it breaks because referrer is the only value that's got colon in it, so that's why it needs to be treated differently. And so User agent. Oh yeah, that was the other one. If you treat user agent like the others, you just end up with partial user agent. Splits. It splits just here, and you just end up with Mozilla 5.0. So if anybody wants to improve this code, I'd be interested to see, as I'm sure it can be made neater. And that's it, I'm off. Thank you, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, and all that stuff that YouTube people say. Thank you.